Angela Magmelante, and let's talk about what is patriotism. Patriotism, according to Wikipedia, is a national pride and a feeling of love, devotion, and a sense of attachment to a country and alliance with other citizens who share the same sentiment to create a feeling of oneness among the people. Or in short, patriotism is pagmamahal sa bansa. This attachment can be a combination of many different feelings, ethnic, cultural, political, or historical aspects. Dito sa Philippines, we have a lot of national heroes that shows their love in our country na tumatak nga naman sa mga taong bayan. An example of this is one of the most referred figures in Philippine history, which is Jose Rizal. He once said, I always love my poor country, and I am sure that I shall love her until death if by chance men are unjust to me. And I shall enjoy the happy life, contented in the thought that all I have suffered, my past, my present, and my future, my life, and my pleasures. Rizal always looked for ways to help the Philippines without shedding blood. And as Filipino, we are very grateful for him. Another example is Andres Bonifacio. He never stops reminding people to bear always in mind that the true love of God is the love of country, a love that is also the true love of man. Today, he is remembered for his contribution to Philippine independence after he spearheaded the establishment of the secret revolutionary movement, which is Katipunan, to fight Spanish colonization in 1892. Now, this is just a little example sa dami ng nag-sacrifice sa country natin of what patriotism is by showing their patriotic quotes o mga sinabi na makakapag-motivate nga naman sa atin to love our country. By their sacrifices, they prove that they showed love for the Philippines. These national heroes provided us a constant guide, light to what country citizens should aspire to be. And as a Filipino, we must show patriotism to our own country.
Hi, ako si Cedric Dale T. Dacumos at i-discuss ko sa inyo ngayon ang pinagkaiba ng patriotism and nationalism. Ano ba ang patriotism and nationalism? Marahil ang iba sa inyo ay ang alam ang patriotism and nationalism ay parehas lang dahil tumutukoy ito sa pagmamahal sa bansa, pagiging isang makabansa. Ngunit may pagkakaiba sila dahil may ang patriotism ay tumutukoy sa ibang paraan at ganun din ang nationalism. Mag-start tayo sa patriotism. Ang patriotism ay tumutukoy ito sa pagmamahal mo sa iyong bansa, ang pagmamahal mo sa kapwa mo Pilipino. Dito din pumapasok yung beliefs and values na alam mo, yung kinagisnan mo dahil dun ka lumaki sa iyong bansa. Ang beliefs din ay tumutukoy ito sa mga paniniwala natin na kung saan ito yung itinuro nung tayo pa ay bata pa. Ito yung parang isinaulo sa atin na ito yung mga dapat nating sundin. Values, ito yung mga tinuro din sa atin nung bata tayo na dapat maging magalang sa ibang nakakatanda. Values din is yung pagsasalita ng po at opo, yung pagbigay galang sa ibang tao. Dito pumapasok yung patriotism, pagmamahal mo sa bansa mo and sa kapwa mo Pilipino. On the other hand naman, yung nationalism, ito yung proud ka dahil isa kang Pinoy or proud ka sa bansa mo. Tinatangkilik mo yung mga kultura, yung mga kultura na meron ng iyong bansa. Dito rin pumapasok yung proud ka dahil merong karangalan na naibigay sa iyong bansa. Dito rin ay tinatangkilik mo yung mga sariling atin like yung mga damit, pagkain, kagamitan. Yun yung nationalism or nationalism. Dun, yun yung tumutukoy sa nationalism. Kaya nakita natin magkaiba yung patriotism and nationalism. Ang patriotism ay pagmamahal sa bansa, sa kapwa mo Pinoy, beliefs, yung pinaniniwalaan, values na itinuro sa atin, yung kinagisnan. Sa nationalismo naman is, ito yung proud ka dahil isa kang Pinoy. Ah, tinatangkilik mo yung mga sariling atin and alam mo yung past, yung kultura na meron kayo. Yun yung patriotism and nationalism.
Hello everyone, I am Alira Christine Torio, and for this video I'll be citing two examples of acts of patriotism in our country. So, for the first part, what is patriotism ba? Simply means lang, it is love for or devotion to one's country. Proceeding to our examples, we have example number one here. It is Independence Day. It is representing our country for being free from Spain. This event happens during the 12th of June. Why do we celebrate this? This is the time where the country has gained independence from the hundreds of years of colonialism. We have example number two, Jose Rizal during his days. Historians cannot deny that Jose Rizal played a major part in the country's struggle from reforms and independence. His writings, particularly No Limitang Heren El Filibusterismo, were viewed as the guiding force for other patriots to rally for the country's cause. He is he is an advocate for great reforms during the Spanish era that show his love for the country, the Philippines. He is an author of a book that has shown his principles to up to this day. People are still learning from it.
Patriotism is the devotion and love of a person towards a country.
In my opinion, patriotism is showing love for the country, not only love but also vigorously supporting the country generally.
It is also an act of willingness to sacrifice and a passion that inspires one to serve towards a country.
By being devoted and acting selflessly for the nation in whatever way for the betterment of one's country, and never losing faith nor hope in its development, no matter what happens.
There's a lot of ways to show your patriotism to your country, like following the rules in the society, buy local products. But as a Filipino citizen, the most important thing you need to do is to respect the Philippine flag and know the Lupang Hinirang or the Philippine national anthem. By doing this, you can show your patriotism towards your country.
I consider myself as a patriot because I want the best for my country because I love the Philippines.
Yes. In what way? In a way that I acknowledging the Philippine flag and respecting with all my love.
I show my patriotism through voting for the right leaders who will serve the country with leadership, compassion, honesty, and with the heart. And I also embrace our culture as a Filipino and be proud of what we have.
Um, can you force patriotism upon someone? Ano nga ba yung patriotism? Patriotism, ito yung pagiging committed na isang tao sa bayan o pagiging makabayan o makabansa.
In my own perspective, patriotism isn't something you can force to someone. If your country's citizens have the freedom of expression in its constitution, it's basically the most hypothetical thing you can do.
So, pwede ba nating i-force ang patriotism sa isang tao or sa ibang tao? Para sa akin, hindi kasi unang-una sa lahat, pag sinabi natin force, parang sa pilitan or pinipilit natin yung isang tao na maging patriot.
Forced patriotism is not a form of patriotism. Forced patriotism makes people more unpatriotic. Forcing patriotism onto anyone else also betrays that great freedom of choice we all have, even the ones who view patriotism as a defining factor of who they are.
Paano pag sinabi natin na sa isang tao na, uy, maging devoted ka naman sa bansa natin or mahalin mo naman yung bansa natin. Tapos sinagot ka nilang, ay, wala namang iuunad yung bansa natin. Alis na lang ako ng bansa. Kasi sa ibang bansa, may magandang buhay kami. Magiging maganda yung buhay namin. Pangalawa, hindi lahat ng tao kapareho mo ng paniniwala or may kanya-kanya tayong opinion or saloobin. At saka, hindi lahat ng tao pwede mo i-force kasi may kanya-kanya tayong way ng pagpapakita ng pagmamahal sa sarili nating bansa. Hindi man siya katulad nung ginagawa ng marami, pero sa loob natin, kaya nating ipakita yung pagiging patriot natin sa ibang way.
While these same individuals might not view forced patriotism as problematic or out of the ordinary, pushing that same forceful agenda onto others who may not feel the same way only lessens the overall impact that patriotism could possibly and eventually have on some.
Ganun, parang mas simpleng bagay lang siya pero magpapakita siya ng pagiging patriot or pagpapakita ng patriotism kasi ang patriotism ay manifested by deeds, hindi siya labag sa loob or sa pilitan na ginagawa. Kaya naman hindi magandang i-force ang patriotism sa isang tao.